KHOU 11 News at 5:30 starts now.
Happening now, the hunt for a killer after 3 men were shot dead in Alief this morning. We'll have the latest.
Jose Altuve hurt during the World Baseball Classic. We now know the extent of his injury.
And March Madness, the Cougs back home after earning another trip to the Sweet 16. Good afternoon, I'm Marcelino Benito.
And I'm Cheryl Mercedes. We begin with violence in the Alief area. 3 people were killed in a shooting in a strip center parking lot.
Yeah, that strip center is located on Beach Nut near Willcrest. The shooting happened early this morning. Brittany Ford spoke with a relative of one of the victims.
Family members have identified 29-year-old Geraldo Filomeno as one of 3 men who were gunned down in this shopping center in the Alief area.
He said he was coming home, on his way home already. That was the last time I talked to him.
Ashley Montalvo is Filomeno's wife.
When I came in, I saw his brother's trunk, and that's when I saw him. I saw his shoes, his boots. That's when I knew it was him.
Gustavo, his brother.
Still can't believe it. I feel like this is unreal.
Surveillance video shows first responders pulling into the parking lot around 5:30 Sunday morning, moments after the shooting took place. Authorities say it's unclear right now if the nightclub in the shopping center is connected to the shooting. And both police and the victim's family says this particular shopping center has had several instances of violence in the past. Filomeno leaves behind 2 children.
How am I supposed to tell them that their dad's never coming back? That they're never going to be able to play with him. They're never going to be able to talk to him. They're not going to be able to do nothing like that with him anymore.
His wife says the 2 others killed were his friends, with no suspects, leads, or even motive in the case.
It wasn't for him. He didn't have problems with anybody. He didn't have anything with anybody.
They're making this plea to the community.
This parking lot was full at the time the incident occurred, so someone saw something.
Please, let somebody know, because we just want to be able to have closure.
Brittany Ford, KHOU 11 News.
The Galveston County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly crash involving an officer. Authorities say a Texas City police cruiser collided with a Honda near the intersection of FM 1764 and FM 2004. The driver of the Honda was killed. A passenger was hurt. Police say the officer was responding to a call for assistance from Lamarck PD.
Fire investigators are searching for the cause of an apartment fire that left up to 20 people homeless. The fire broke out last night at a complex on North Point Drive near Greenspoint. No one was hurt, but 12 units were damaged.
To the weather now, and an alert for parents. Temperatures could be at or near freezing when your kids head back to school in the morning.
Meteorologist Pat Kavlin joining us now with an update on this cold March weather, Pat.
Yeah, but first of all, I mean, it's so beautiful outside right now. So we're able to get rid of the cloud coverage this afternoon, which was really nice. That didn't help temperatures, though. We only made it to 58 in the city. We got down to 40 this morning. I think we'll be a few degrees cooler as we get into tomorrow morning, so parents pay attention to that. 75, though, is where we should be this time of year, and we will get there later on this week. Numbers right now: 55 for Edo, 59 at Hobby, still 58 at Bush, 60 for River Oaks, 63 in Stafford, one of the warm spots on the map, 60 in El Campo, 56 Conroe, and 57 in Liberty. All right, we are talking about freezing temperatures north of the city tonight, so a few degrees cooler than where we were last night. Freeze warnings now in effect north and east of the city. As we get into tomorrow, clouds are back, but we do turn a corner as we get into the middle part of the week with more sunshine and warmer temperatures returning. Freeze warnings for a good portion of the south, now including Liberty, Polk, San Jacinto counties. This is where we're going to see widespread sub-freezing temperatures by tomorrow morning. It's not included here in the blue shading, but Conroe, I think you're going to be one of these spots that also dips below freezing. You were pretty close to it this morning. I think you're going to get there as we get into tomorrow morning at 30 degrees. 32 for Cold Spring, 31 Livingston, 33 in the Woodlands. A little bit warmer the farther west you go, mid to upper 30s, so patchy frost not out of the question. And then along and south of I-10, we're on either side of 40 degrees. 32, though, in Liberty, up to 48 in Galveston. The latest that we've ever seen a freeze in the city of Houston is April 10th, so this isn't totally unheard of. But again, the city of Houston not expecting a freeze tonight, but we will see temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. On average, we see our last freeze here in the beginning of February. And then as you go north of the city, we typically see the last freeze either end of February or beginning of March. So this is a little later than average, but it's not completely unheard of. just make sure that as you're getting the kids back to school after spring break, you're bundling them up. Upper 30s in the city, again, lower 30s farther north. And tomorrow afternoon, cloudy, chilly temperatures just shy of 60 degrees. Clear skies out there right now. We're looking pretty nice across the entire state. Finally, a quiet day of weather for us here in Texas. Here we go as we get into the overnight. We start off tomorrow morning, I think, with a little bit of sunshine, but clouds start to roll in as we go through the morning hours. So we'll start in the upper 30s, clouds roll in, we'll top out in the mid to upper 50s. I think it's a dry day, maybe 1 or 2 stray showers west of the city. And then as we get you into Tuesday morning, what a difference. We're about 20 degrees warmer, starting in the lower 60s, and then by the afternoon, mid 70s. So a big warm up on the way as we get into the second half of the week. And the reason for that, the jet stream flips. So the jet stream right now dipped south, and that's what allowed all this cool weather to take over as we get into the upcoming week. It flips north, and we'll see 80-degree temperatures return as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday as well. So 59 for your high temperature tomorrow, 75 Tuesday, 80 Wednesday, 83 Thursday, and we'll stay warm all the way into the upcoming weekend. There's a 7-day forecast. So by the way, tomorrow's the first day of spring. Not going to feel like it though. 59 degrees. Again, a lot of clouds out there. Should be a dry day. 20% shower chance. More humidity starts to come back in. We're up to the mid 70s for the high temperature. And then 80 by Wednesday, 83 on Thursday. A mix of sunshine and clouds both days. Our next storm system is a weak front that'll bring a chance for showers and storms by Friday. Doesn't do anything to the temperatures, guys. We stay warm with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s into next weekend. So if you're not a fan of the cold weather, which I know the timing was crummy with spring break, the warmth is back as we get into Tuesday and beyond.
Well, March Madness continues today with Baylor taking on Creighton in a second-round matchup in the South region. The winner earns a trip to the Sweet 16. You can catch the game at 6:10 this evening on TBS.
And later on TBS, watch TCU go up against Gonzaga in the West region. Tip-off is at 8:40. The winner of this game will face UCLA in the Sweet 16.
The University of Houston Cougars punched their ticket to the Sweet 16 yesterday, beating Auburn 81-64. Let's bring in Matt Musil. Matt, the Cougs looked really good in that second half yesterday.
They really did. Hey, is this fun or what? This is one of my favorite times of the year, but it's even more special when the Cougs are making noise in the NCAA tournament, isn't it?
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome for doing it.
This was the scene around 1:30 this morning over on the U of H campus as the Cougs arrived back from Birmingham. Yes, even though they may have been a little bleary-eyed after a long day, which included scoring a great comeback win over Auburn and a 90-minute flight and a bus ride over to campus. Winning is a tonic that everyone enjoys. And Coach Kelvin Sampson had this message to the fans who stayed up late to greet them.
How about this time next week, right? You betcha. See you guys this time next week.
Referring, of course, if this celebration goes on next week, they'll be headed to the Final Four. Sampson and his players, understandably, weren't giving any interviews at 2 a.m., but they had plenty to say right after the game following their gut check come-from-behind win. The soft-spoken Tremont Mark was in the post-game spotlight after scoring a career-high 26.
I mean, it's a great feeling for our fans. You know, that fan section we had, you know, they were pulling for us. You know, they never stopped believing in us, and we never stopped believing in ourselves. So for us to come out and get that win down 10, that just shows how tough we are.
That's what he does. You know, we see it every day in practice. A lot of people don't know it, but that's what he does. You know, he's a great basketball player. So, and he showed the world why today.
Coaching, you're always having to adapt and adjust or overcome or whatever, you know, it's adversity. But, you know, we're built for adversity, you know. Look where we were in 2014, you know, what's adversity? We're down 10, we weren't down 30, down, you know, we get a stop and come score, it's 8, get another stop, bang a 3, it's down 5. I think that's what happened.
That's what happened. Now Tremont Mark, Marcus Sasser, and the rest of the team get to sit back and watch tonight's Indiana-Miami game because they'll play the winner in the Sweet 16 Friday in Kansas City. And the other big story is the injury to Jose Altuve's hand during last night's World Baseball Classic game between his native country, Venezuela, and the country where he lives, the U.S. Altuve was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. According to the Astros, he sustained a right thumb fracture. He'll undergo surgery in the upcoming days, and the team says it will give us Altuve's prognosis for return following his surgery. Being speculated out there that he'll be out of action 8 to 10 weeks. Now, obviously, this is not great news, with the Astros' regular season beginning on March 30th. That's only 11 days away, and they really don't have an experienced, reliable backup at that position. Plus, it's really a weakened team right now. You think about it. Justin Verlander left via free agency to the Mets. Lance McCullers Jr. goes down with an injury. And now the Astros will be starting the season without their superstar second baseman as they begin their attempt to repeat as World Series champions. We saw the Cougs overcome adversity in their game last night. Now we'll see if the Astros can overcome that latest dose of adversity and still go on to have a successful season. So, Cheryl, it was definitely a bitter-sweet Saturday for Houston sports fans. Now back to you.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
They always seem to find a way, the Astros do, though.
Absolutely.
They'll be fine. Meanwhile, the countdown is really on now to the Final Four. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is ending tonight, and that means crews will start prepping NRG Stadium for the Final Four.
Zach Tawatari is live with more on how this transformation will take place. Hey, Zach.
Hey, guys. Yeah. Luke Bryant is closing out Rodeo Houston tonight, and pretty soon the Final Four is going to be moving in, and it's going to be right here on KHOU. It's going to be a pretty quick transformation. We're just about 2 weeks away from the start of the Final Four, and it's going to be a Herculean task to make this happen, to get all that dirt out of NRG. It's going to take about 600 truckfuls of 12-inch dirt to be able to get all of it out. We spoke to the Senior Vice President of Basketball for the NCAA about what that transition will look like.
As Rodeo is moving out, we are moving into the venue, and fortunately the venue staff does such a phenomenal job there. Will be well coordinated, but it will be a bit of a fire drill to get all of the rodeo equipment and like out and get the court and seating system in for the men's Final Four.
NRG Stadium.
Now check this out. This is video from 2016 when crews were laying down the dirt, or getting it out rather, I should say, laying down the floor for the Final Four in 2016. But before they can lay that floor down, they are going to have to get that dirt out. We will be here tonight. We expect it to happen at some point tonight. And like I said, we'll be here to see it. Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 News.
It truly is incredible how quickly that transformation happens. Thanks so much, Zach.
And a reminder, KHOU 11 is your Houston home for the men's Final Four. For details on the Fan Fest, the music festival, and a lot more, just text the word MADNESS to 713-526-1111. And that's all we have for now. Thanks for watching our webcast.
We'll have more coming up on TV tonight at 10 o'clock. See you then.